Hi, my name is Oscar, and I'm a nerd. I love to read and I love to learn. And that's the reason why I started with book reports. In book reports, we summarize the best non-fiction books out there. In less than 5 minutes, you're gonna get free ideas and free actions that you can take today to improve your life. This is for you if you're interested in topics like personal development, peak performance psychology, business, leadership, productivity, and persuasion. And we have a lot of books to cover, so let's get going.
Hello and welcome to another book report from the Strategic Tech Coaching System. The book we're talking about today is Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. If you didn't recognize the book I was holding up, it's because I have the Swedish version. But don't worry, we're doing this in English, so you don't have to work on your Swedish at all. So this book is a classic book. If you haven't read it, you should read it. And before we start with the ideas and the action, I want to say 2 things. This book is so profound and so good, so I recommend you to read it once a year, actually, for the rest of your life, because there will always be something in this book. So if you have read it, excellent, read it again. If you haven't read it, buy it. It's a must-have in your personal success library. And the second thing is that I don't understand why this curriculum is not taught in schools. This should be taught in primary schools, this should be taught in high schools, because his principles apply to life, and if you go through this book and use these principles, you will improve your life. So that's another thing that I was just contemplating as I was preparing for this report, that read this book again, and this should be part of our school system. So the essence of 7 Habits of Highly Successful People is a model that he has throughout the book. So I was thinking probably easier if you can see the model. So let's use magic, that is the technology, and put the model in front of you. There you go. So here you see the model. So if you look at the base of this model, it talks about dependence. So as we are born, of course, we are dependent on our parents, our mom to survive. And as we grow older, we start working on our independence. And the idea 1 is related to this, that to get a public victory, you first need a private victory. So you need to work on yourself first. You need to work on your character, and you need to work on the first 3 habits, which is be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put things first. So a private victory precedes the public victory. And idea number two, it relates to habit 1 and number 2. Take responsibility of your life, be proactive. He says that we can choose how we react. There's between stimuli and response, we have to be proactive and choose how we respond. So it's not what happens to you that matters, it's what you do with what happens to you. So you need to take responsibility of your life. And that's idea number 2. And both of the first 2 habits relates to this. And the second one, begin with the end in mind. And he talks about doing a mission statement, and talk about more about this in the actions. So begin with the end in mind. Everything happens twice. I'm very passionate about this. This is one of the things that I do in my business. I have a seminar that I call the Ultimate Goal Seminar, or TUGS. I do it in Dubai, in the desert. In Sweden, we do it out on the islands on a sailing boat, where we actually start with the end in mind. And this is related to habit number 2. And we're going to launch tags all over the world. So you can keep an eye on that just by going to Strategic Tech Coaching website and see when tags comes to your country. But yeah, it's this thing that everything happens twice. First in your mind and then in reality. So idea number 3, once you worked on yourself, you have the private victories, you can now have a public victory. And the idea is that the whole is greater than its parts. So we need to work with other people. And habit number 6 is synergize. So together with other people, we can make the whole bigger than its parts. And of course, habit number 4, think win-win. It's great. This should be your thinking every day. And habit number 5, seek first to understand, then be understood. It's about listening. It's about understanding the other person first. And then after that, we can synergize and make the whole bigger than its parts. So that's 3 ideas from 7 habits of highly successful people. Let's go into action steps. We want these book reports to be action oriented. I don't care if you read this book, you probably haven't taken all the actions you can from this book. So we focus a lot on the action parts, because you can read hundreds, you can read thousands of personal development books, but if you don't do anything about it, if you don't take the actions from the books, nothing will happen. So this is what these book reports are about. So the first action that I want you to take is to Google 7 habits of highly successful people, change to images, and copy the models you can find. First, this model that I showed you with the 7 habits, and then also I recommend you to copy this prioritizing window with urgent, important, not urgent, these things, and copy that, and maybe 1 or 2. I think you can find summaries of the different habits. Copy these and put them in your phone. That's action item number 1. Action item number 2 is to work on your mission statement. This will help you with everything in life. And in the book they talk about, for example, you can visualize that you are at your own funeral and see what the closest people in your life say about you, like how you lived your life and all this, and compile that into a mission statement. And this is nothing that happens overnight. It takes some time to develop a mission statement, but it's very, very powerful to have a mission statement. And in strategic tech coaching, once you have your mission statement, you put that on a picture and you put it in your phone so you can review it. You can review it daily. I have a weekly ritual where we sit down and we go through our mission in life. So that's action number 2. Action item number 3, this is something that I think everyone should do, and that is practice active listening. So this relates to habit number 6, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Active listening is extremely powerful. Many times we think about either we're talking or we're thinking about what to say next, instead of just being there in the now, being present and listening actively to what the person in front of you is saying. So put it in your calendar as reminders, because in strategic tech coaching we use technology to help ourselves with the implementing part. Put a few reminders in your calendar, maybe just before your next meeting that is in your calendar, and just put practice active listening. So that's the 3rd action steps. And we try to keep these short, we try to keep these around 5 minutes, but with such a profound book, it was difficult to keep it around 5 minutes, so it's a little bit longer. But again, if you have read the book, read it again. If you haven't read it, buy it. It needs to be part of your success library. So thank you so much for listening. This is Oscar Animal from Strategic Tech Coaching and our action book reports. Thank you. Hi friend, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, subscribe to the JokeTube channel, because we have plenty more of videos like that on our channel. Also, if you follow the link to the website, you can sign up for the free course called Procrastinator Eliminator. In this course you learn to get more productive and eliminate procrastination from your life. So I'll see you there.